Howdy, I'm Gabby the Clown, and today I'll be talking about my favorite My Little Pony ships. If you don't know what shipping is, it's basically where you think that some characters would be a good couple, or you'd at least like to see them together. And sometimes people take it very seriously and get into things called ship wars, where people will argue about which character belongs with another character. One of the easiest examples of this is Twilight, where the whole fan base is based around shipping. Edward should end up with Bella. No, Jacob should end up with Bella. That's just shipping. And today I'll be talking about some ships in My Little Pony. Spoilers for My Little Pony, obviously. And also, the topic of this video is technically for kids, but my channel is not for kids. So if you're under 18, be gone with ye! Back to the Shadow Realm! Alright, let's just get right into the video. Alright, so first I'm going to talk about what seems to be the most popular ship in My Little Pony. Fluttershy and Discord, also known as Fluttercord. This one has a special place in my heart because I think, as far as I can remember, I'm pretty sure that this was one of the first things I ever shipped, not just in My Little Pony, but just in general. Before I knew what shipping was, I was like, ooh, they should get married. 9-year-old Gabby was going crazy. Oh yeah, they're so in love. And I honestly still feel that way. I'm so happy that they at least seemingly got married in the finale. Yeah, they're very cute to me. I like their dynamic. So if you haven't seen My Little Pony, or if you just need a refresher on their vibe, Fluttershy is one of the main characters, and her whole thing can basically be summed up by her name. She's very shy, and she loves animals. She represents the element of kindness in the show. She's very sweet, soft-spoken. And yeah, she is very nervous all the time. But for some reason, she pretty easily befriends and reforms Discord, who is introduced as a villain. He's the god of chaos. And he doesn't really care about anyone. Even by the end of the series, he's kind of neutral towards pretty much everyone, every other character except for Fluttershy. He loves her so much, dude. There's this one arc where all the main characters get kidnapped by these evil changelings. So these other characters ask Discord for help, and he's like, why should I care? And then they're like, well, they got Fluttershy too, and he's like, they did what? And he immediately locks in, and he's like, nuh-uh, you're not touching my wife, what are you? Yeah, he's very serious when it comes to her. And there's this one episode where where Discord gets very insecure about being so chaotic and stuff, because the two of them have tea parties apparently every so often, and they're always at Fluttershy's house, and one day Fluttershy's like, oh Discord, we should have our next tea party at your house. I'm sure it would be so fun. And Discord's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And then he's like, wait, Fluttershy's not gonna like my house. It's so weird. I'm too weird for her. So then he spends like basically the entire episode trying to be like normal. And it like he almost like ends up killing himself actually, because like he was so normal that it like was like hurting him, because he is literally like the physical embodiment of chaos. So being like super like normal and boring like this was literally erasing him from existence. But he didn't care. He just wanted to make Fluttershy happy. He was like, oh well, I'll be okay. It's fine. Do you want some more tea? And Fluttershy's like, no! You gotta be. What are you doing? You're gonna kill yourself. He's like, well, I don't want to make you sad. And then like Fluttershy like starts acting all goofy and like trying to like show him like, hey, I like that you're goofy and weird. And like that's why I like you. Don't try to be something that you're not. And it's very sweet. It's honestly one of my favorite episodes, not just for them as a couple, but like just in general. It's a very sweet episode. And yeah. I also like that not only does Fluttershy make Discord want to be like a better person for her, but like he also helps like Fluttershy be less shy, I guess. Like Discord is like the one person that she can like always like stand up to and like speak her mind around. Like she isn't nervous around him. Like for most of the series, like after they like officially are friends, like she like does not hesitate to like put him in his place if he's being stupid. There's one episode where Fluttershy gets a new friend named Tree Hugger, and she's like a stone, and she's like obviously like a stoner. She's like, what if we're all just like cartoons and like a TV show? Like what if we're like not even real? Wow. And Discord hates her so much. It's fun. It's so funny. Like he's like basically like the whole episode he's just kind of like he's like very like threatened by this stoner who's like hanging around his girl, and he's like, yeah, well, me and Fluttershy are best friends. You'll never be her best friend. I'm her best friend. And Fluttershy's like, shut up, dude. You're being stupid. And by the end of the episode, it's like, yeah, I was being stupid. I'm sorry. But like before then, he almost like sends Treehugger to like another dimension. Like he hates her so much. And yeah. He's not wearing a tie. What am I doing? He's not wearing like a normal tie. So yeah, they just they bring out the best in each other, basically. At least in my opinion. Like Discord genuinely like started out as like like a villain. Like he didn't care about anybody. Like he was just like doing stupid stuff. And Fluttershy is like the first person to like really give him a chance. Putting him in a weird pose. That's okay, he's a weird dude. Yeah, Fluttershy is like the first person to like give him a chance and like kind of see like the good in him, basically. And he like appreciates that. He still by the end of the series, as far as I like remember, he still doesn't really like care about the other characters. It's still just like Fluttershy 24/7. But I think that's fine. Like he's not like actively trying to destroy anyone anymore. So yeah. Also, I feel like if I don't talk about it, then it'll get brought up, it'll get brought up in the comments. So, back in the day, there was this YouTube series called Bride of Discord. Now, I'm not an expert on it. I haven't seen a lot of it. I didn't grow up on the internet. I only found out about this like semi-recently, actually. But yeah, apparently there's this whole there was this YouTube series called Bride of Discord. That was kind of like Beauty and the Beast, but Fluttershy and Discord. So yeah, I haven't really seen it, but I felt the need to like mention it because like for like a lot of people, I feel like that's like one of the first things that they think of when this couple is brought up. I've heard that it's kind of cringe, but like, do I seem like the kind of person who cares about cringe? Like, I live by the motto, cringe but free. Like, if you waste like so much time like caring about what other people think, then it's just gonna hurt like your mental health. Like, there's no reason for it. So yeah, I think they're absolutely adorable. They're the first couple that I can remember shipping. And yeah, they're still very near and dear to my heart. I love them. I love them very much. So next I want to talk about what, according to my poll, is the second most popular of my favorite ships. And it's Star Trix, the ship between Starlight Glimmer and Trixie. And this one is interesting because they are both like former villains who get redeemed. So Trixie's whole like villain thing, in her first appearance, she rolls into town and she's like, I am the greatest at magic, I'm so amazing. And like basically everyone in town's like, wow, you're so great and powerful, Trixie. And she's like, the great and powerful, she just like constantly like introduces herself as the great and powerful Trixie. And it turns out that like all the cool magic things that she was doing were just like parlor tricks. Like, even though she's a unicorn and she lives in a universe where like magic is like pretty common, she can't really do like real magic, so she does like really impressive like effects and stuff. And she managed to convince like basically the entire town that she was more powerful than Twilight Sparkle, the main character, who is literally like the element of magic. But people only like turned on her after she couldn't stop this giant bear creature from like attacking or whatever. I don't remember the exact like events, but yeah. And then after that she disappears for a little bit and she comes back later with this like crystal pendant thing that is like actually letting her do magic without actually having to like learn how to do it. She can just literally do whatever she wants. Yeah, but the thing is that it's making her like evil and not just like kind of mean. Like, it's genuinely just making her like evil. So Twilight manages to trick Trixie into taking it off. Oh, that was a terrible noise. And Trixie like apologizes and then kind of disappears again. So yeah, that's Trixie's whole vibe. She's like very egotistical. She thinks very highly of herself. And Starlight is her villainy was a lot more serious. So Starlight is introduced later on in the series as the leader of this town, where everybody has the same cutie mark. And if you don't know, a cutie mark is basically like, it's kind of like who you are and like what your purpose in life is. It's like your special talent, like what are you, like it's basically like a representation of what you're best at, or like what your purpose in life is. So like Fluttershy is butterflies because like she talks to animals and whatever. Pinkie Pies is balloons because she throws parties and stuff. But in Starlight's little weird town, everybody's cutie mark was an equal sign. And they all had like the same haircut, and yeah, it was a cult. She was a cult leader. And yeah, so immediately, a lot more egregious of a crime compared to Trixie just kind of being rude and thinking a little too highly of herself. And not only was she like a cult leader who was like stealing people's cutie marks and like running like an awful place. After Twilight and the rest of the main character gang like stop her and like take out and like give everybody their like cutie marks back, she is so like butthurt about it that she like figures out a way to go back in time and make it so that the main characters never met each other and never got their cutie marks. And she ends up basically like almost destroying the world, because if the main characters like don't get like their special talents or whatever, then they can't save the world, which they do constantly. So yeah, she basically almost destroys the world. But after that, and after Twilight like explains, hey, if you do all this stuff, then everyone's gonna die, she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And she explains her tragic backstory of how when she was a kid, her best friend at the time got his cutie mark before her, and then was automatically like shipped off to magic school, and just kind of abandoned her, which sucks. So after that, she was convinced like cutie marks are evil, and friendship is a lie, which obviously isn't true. Friendship is magic and all that. But yeah, after she like kind of like apologizes and explains her tragic backstory, Twilight like takes her under her wing, and she becomes a main character. And she's kind of a controversial character because of like the level of awful things, the amount of awful things that she did, and like how seemingly easy it was for everyone to forgive her. Personally, I like Starlight a lot, honestly. Also, a lot of people hate her design. I don't know why. Like, they're like, oh, it's just Twilight combined with Rarity. And like, I see that. Like, I get it, but it looks good still. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah. So the ship between these two starts a little while after Starlight gets redeemed and taken in by Twilight. So Twilight has like kind of like told Starlight, hey, you should go make some friends. And Starlight's like, I don't really know how to do that, but I'll try. And Twilight's like, it's easy, just go make friends with anyone. And Starlight's like, okay. So she goes around town and bumps into Trixie, and the two like become friends like almost immediately. Like it's honest, it's like, I don't want to say it's love at first sight, because I don't think they canonically end up together, but for the purposes of this video, it was love at first sight. Yeah, they hit it off like right away. And it's really funny because like Starlight like goes up to Twilight a little after she meets Trixie, and she's like, "I made a friend," and Twilight's like, "That's awesome," and Starlight's like, "Oh, she's so great and powerful," and Twilight's like, "Wait, what?" And then Trixie's like, "Hello, Twilight, it's me." So throughout the episode, Twilight's just kind of stalking them, like making sure that and she's basically like, well, with Trixie being how she is and your past, I don't think when I said make friends with anyone, I didn't mean anyone. But yeah, the two stay friends after this episode, and it's like a very consistent thing that they're each other's best friend. Sometimes Starlight will get a little annoyed with Trixie, because she is kind of annoying, but it's never enough to break up their friendship. There's an episode where called All Bottled Up, where Trixie keeps doing little things that annoy Starlight, and Starlight just literally bottles up her anger, because she doesn't want to lose Trixie by getting upset with her, or scaring her away. But by the end of the episode, she does inevitably end up blowing up at her, and Trixie's like, "Wow, I'm sorry I was making you mad," and Starlight's like, "I don't want to lose you. Please don't. I'm sorry that I yelled at you." And Trixie's like, "Girl, I don't care. Yell at me all you want. Just don't keep secrets from me. We're good. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere." And yeah, they're just very cute. They kind of have a similar thing to Fluttershy and Discord, where Trixie doesn't really care about any other characters except for Starlight. And yeah, I think they're very good for each other. I just like their dynamic a lot. They're very cute, as I already said. I like that, yeah, and Trixie was Starlight's first friend, the first friend that she made on her own. But since the first guy ditched her when they were kids. Yeah, I don't know. They're just very cute to me. Next I'm going to talk about Another pretty popular ship, Cheesecake, the ship between Pinkie Pie and Cheese Sandwich. This one is interesting because even if you don't know a lot about My Little Pony, then you might have heard like the meme of Weird Al Yankovic marries Pinkie Pie and has a kid with her. And that's literally what happens. Like, without exaggeration, yeah. And that's very funny to me. So yeah, Pinkie Pie is one of the main characters. She's the element of laughter. Her whole thing is that she's like crazy and like super high energy. And she throws parties for everybody. And yeah. And Cheese Sandwich is very similar to Pinkie Pie. He throws parties and he's super high energy and a little kooky. The thing is that he's not only is he just voiced by Weird Al Yankovic, he literally is just Weird Al Yankovic, but as a pony. Like, they play the accordion, they make silly songs, like it's just him. And again, it's so funny to me. To be honest, I'm not as like passionate about this ship as I am with like the others like in this video. I do really enjoy it. It's mostly just that it's funny. And it's also one of the few things that I ship that's actually canon, so. Yeah, I almost forgot to like mention. Yeah, they get married at the end of the series and they have a kid. The kid is very cute. They're called Little Cheese. They should have been called Cheesecake, but that's okay. I haven't been able to like fully. I can't really tell if their cutie mark is a cheesecake or if it's like an apple pie with cheese on it, or like some other thing, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, slightly off topic, I love Pinkie Pie's like future design where she has like sprinkles in her hair. That's so cool. As you can see, that's how I do her for like the human design. I think I just love that. Yeah, it's so cute and it fits her really well, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try not to just draw Weird Al for Cheesecake's human design. Not cheesecake, what am I saying? Cheese Sandwich's human design. I don't really have a ton to say about them, other than they're cute and it's very funny to just bring up in conversation. Like, oh, did you know that Weird Al Yankovic is canonically married to Pink Horse, and they have a child together? And they go, no way, and then it's like, yes way. Also, Gracious, I almost completely forgot to talk about the episode that introduces, like, Cheese Sandwich. Silly me. So it basically starts with, like, Pinkie Pie, talking about how she's a super duper party pony, cause she is. Like, that's her whole thing. And then Cheese Sandwich shows up out of nowhere, and he's like, I'm a super duper party pony too. And everybody starts, like, giving him all the attention, and Pinkie Pie gets, like, really insecure. Because Pinkie Pie has a tendency to, like, get very, like, easily deflated. Like, if she thinks that people aren't, like, don't really like her, or if they're not, like, impressed by her parties, or, like, her, like, ability to make people happy isn't really working as much. Cause, like, that's, like, she's very much tied to, like, that part of her identity, and she has a hard time when, like, when it's not really impressing people as much as it usually does. So when Cheese Sandwich shows up and starts, like, getting all the attention, she gets, like, pretty annoyed by him. But then they have like this, like, party off. I don't remember what exactly it's called. I think it's like a party off or something like that. And Cheese Sandwich ends up winning because they have, like, party cannons which, like, shoot confetti and, like, other, like, party supplies. But his is, like, enormous, and it just, like, blows her out of the water. And then she gets super sad and, like, leaves town like a disgraced, like, hero or whatever. But then Cheese Sandwich chases after her like, wait, I don't want you to leave. Like, I came here because of you. And she's like, huh? And he's like, you're the whole reason I started having parties, Pinkie Pie. And then it's revealed, like, he was, like, a loser nerd, like, as a kid. But then he went to, like, one of her parties, and he was like, oh, I want to do that for a living. I want to be like that girl. She's so cool. So then he kind of, like, decided to become a party pony like her. And Pinkie Pie's like, you did all that because of me? And, like, she's super flattered, and then they become friends. Yeah, it's very cute. I like them a lot together. And despite my best efforts, it is just Weird Al Yankovic, the human version. Man, that's alright. Just means that it's lore accurate. So last but certainly not least, I'm going to be talking about Rarijack, the ship between Applejack and Rarity. Applejack and Rarity are both main characters. Applejack is, like, the responsible one. She's like a cowgirl. and she works on an apple farm with her family. Yeah, she's kind of like, as I already said, she's like the responsible one. Tries to like keep things on track. She's actually my favorite of the main characters. I just like her chill vibes, like compared to like everybody else, who's like kind of got like some like exaggerated bit. Like her, like the closest thing like she has to a bit is like being a cowgirl and like being southern. But yeah, she's very cool. She's kind of like the straight woman to all of like the other main characters' like intensity. She's usually the one like reacting to jokes rather than like making them herself. Which is probably like partially why she's not like as popular as the rest of them. Like a lot of people think she's boring. I disagree, but I do understand where that comes from. Rarity is basically the opposite. She's like a diva. She has a fashion business. She's very dramatic. She has a tendency to like overreact to things. Sometimes she can come off as a little like self-obsessed. But she's very nice. Like in the end, like she'll always like put her friends first. Yeah. I also like found out like recently that apparently like a lot of people don't like Rarity because she's like so dramatic and stuff. Like they think she's annoying. Like, I get that. I personally disagree. I really like Rarity. But I can see where people are coming from, I guess. Now, if you watched, my video about Bug Racer, or if you've seen any of my shorts, like, of, like, my characters, you might have noticed, like some similarities between these two and my bug girls, Polly and Monica. And yeah, their, like, dynamic of, like, rich, slightly snobby fashion lady and earnest, hardworking cowgirl. My characters are basically just Rarity and Applejack, but in slightly different fonts. Yeah, because I really like their dynamic. And like one really cute thing, so Rarity like faints a lot because like that's like one of her bits, and it's almost always Applejack who catches her, and that's really cute to me. And like even like when like Applejack and Rarity like get upset with each other and have disagreements, which is very often because they're so like incredibly different. They're very much like intensely different people. It never like breaks them. Like they're always still friends, and they always like work it out. And I just like it very much. I really like dynamic opposites attract dynamics. Like where they're very different, but they make it work because they love each other. However, there is a bit of an elephant in the room. So if you watch the show, then you probably already know that at the end of the series, Applejack actually ends up getting with Rainbow Dash, and that's very cool. Like, I'm really glad that they got they were able to have a semi-canon gay couple. That's really awesome. My thing is, I don't really ship Rainbow Dash and Applejack. And to be quite honest with you, not only do I not ship Rainbow Dash with Applejack, I don't really ship Rainbow Dash with anybody. Like, I can't really picture her having a crush on someone. Like, I know that the popular headcanon is oh, Rainbow Dash is a lesbian, and I'm not against that. My personal take with Rainbow Dash, though, I feel like I don't know, she feels very, I personally get aromantic, asexual vibes from her. I can't really picture her wanting to date anybody. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. They're cartoon horses. Who cares who they're smooching, or if they're smooching at all? It does not matter at all. It's just my personal, I have a hard time, picturing her with anybody. But that's just my, personal thing. I'm not against, Rainbow Dash being with people, obviously, just my personal thing. I have a hard time, picturing her with somebody. Or, wanting to be with somebody in, a romantic way. But yeah, I can definitely see why, people ship, Applejack and Rainbow Dash. Cause, it's kind of the opposite of why I ship Applejack and Rarity, because they're very similar people. But then you still get Rainbow getting on Applejack's nerves and vice versa, and people really like that kind of dynamic where they're kind of similar people, but they still will get on each other's nerves. It just doesn't really do it for me. Any ship with Rainbow Dash doesn't really do much for me. I don't dislike them. It's just I just don't really see it personally. So yeah, that's probably my most controversial take on My Little Pony. But again, it genuinely does not matter. If you ship Rainbow Dash with anybody, that's totally fine. I don't really care. Do whatever you want. Again, they're cartoon horses. It doesn't really matter. It's just my personal thoughts. Kind of similar with Twilight. I don't really ship Twilight with anybody, at least not super strongly. I'm not against any Twilight ships. I think her and Sunset Shimmer are pretty cute, but I don't really it's not one that I'm just passionate about. but I don't think there's really any, like, My Little Pony ships that I dislike. It's more so that I'm just not, like, super, like, passionate about them. But yeah. Rarity and Applejack, I love very much. They inspired my girls, to a degree. Yeah. I'll just always have a soft spot for, like, any, like, kind of opposites attract dynamic. Like, it's one of my favorites. And if you disagree, again, 100% valid. Like, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. This is just, like, fun stuff. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, again, none of this really matters. I know sometimes people can take shipping very seriously. I'm not really one of those people. I'm not trying to convince anybody to ship something or not ship something. It doesn't really matter to me. This is more so just like, it's just for fun. Yeah. Feel free to let me know what your favorite My Little Pony ships are in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I hope you have a good night, day, or whatever time it is where you are. Cheers!